Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica if you're new here. Today I am filming an update on my rolling project pan. Have some great updates this month. I have a lot of new things coming in, maybe even more than should be coming in, and I'll explain that all in my video. So if you love project pan videos, which of course you do because you're here right now, and these are probably my most popular videos, then definitely stay tuned and see what I've been up to. By the way, Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve that I'm filming this, so I figured what better day to film this update. I can start 2023 on January 1st when I do my makeup tomorrow, if I do my makeup tomorrow, and just really start this fresh year of project panning off with a bang. So on that note of starting things off with a bang, let's start on my first update, which is my Becca Afterglow palette. I always start with what's been in my project the longest, and this item has been in this project pan since February of this last year. So I guess of this year. Still 2022 as of today. So yes, it's been, I guess that's 11 months of working on this item. So I'll go ahead and show you the progression of usage on this palette over those 11 months. And it's been very satisfying to watch these pans get exposed and expanded and emptied one by one. I forgot to celebrate a huge accomplishment last month. I had finished up Honey, which was the kind of brown blush shade in the palette, and I just kind of breezed right over it. So let's take a moment now to appreciate, oh my gosh, I finished Honey. That feels so good. Now all I have left is Topaz. And I had been working on Topaz as of the last update. I had just a little bit more left. It was looking like this. And I am so happy to say that after just 5 more uses, I was able to use up the remainder of that product. So here's what it's looking like today. When this palette first rolled in, it was weighing 73.93 grams. Last month, it was weighing 69.18 grams. And this month it's weighing 69.1 grams. So I used 0.08 grams of product. Just that last little sliver was just 0.08 grams. And in total, since tracking the progress on this palette, I have used 4.83 grams of product. So that is that. It says that the total weight in here was 7.4 grams. So I had already used a considerable amount of this palette before bringing it into the project. It was fun to have the motivation of a project pan to get me through an entire face palette, and I loved using it. I really enjoyed the journey with it, and I'm so happy to have it empty. As you all know, this has been one of my favorite items in my collection for years. There's a really fun story where Randy, good old Randy, the Uber driver, I lost it in his Uber, and he drove through downtown Chicago days later to return it to me. It's come with me to other countries, other states, other cities, on almost every trip I've taken, and now it's been with all of you in this project pan. So very happy to have it empty, and it's like a little sad goodbye moment for me and Becca, but it also is like a sweet goodbye. It has a lot of satisfaction along with it. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. I hope you all are as excited as I am. As you know, this was a long time coming, and it's just been such a nice little journey. The next item is from Revlon. It is their Kiss Plumping Lip Cream, and I have the shade Apricot Silk. And I got a ton of use on this during the past month. So here's what it's been looking like. This has been in since July of this year. It was weighing 11.2 grams when I first brought it in. After several months of use, I'm getting pretty close to the end of this lip gloss. However, it just really doesn't work with my lip texture these days. I have a lot of dryness and loose skin on my lips because of the treatment I'm on. So this one really highlights a lot of texture, and I haven't been liking how it's been looking on my lips, and it's not hydrating in the least. So it was weighing 7.67 grams last month. It was looking like this, and I really pushed myself. I used it 19 times in the past month, really trying to empty it before this update. Today it's weighing 6.8 grams. So I've used 0.87 grams in the past month, and here's what it's looking like today. And I hope that you can see that it is very close to being gone, but there is still quite a bit of product in there. It like really easily comes out when I squeeze it. There's still product all in here and in the tube, and there's a ways to go on there. I would say at least 20 uses. That's like my low end bet. And I've actually decided that this will not be joining me in the new year. I'm going to call it good. I'm going to call this an empty. I think we did pretty good. I used up a total of 4.4 grams of product. I used it 88 times, and this is not something I want to bring with me into 2023. So we're rolling it out of the project. I'm sorry if that disappoints anybody, but I'm at the point in my panning journey where if an item isn't working for me, I'm not going to force myself to use every little bit, especially not when we're coming up on a brand new cycle of our calendar. And I'm going to do a new inventory video, and like I don't want to include this in my inventory because I don't want to use it and I just have other things that I want to focus on. So I don't need to explain myself anymore. Either you get it or you don't. I'm sure you get it and I'm sure you understand. So we're going to roll in fresher, newer, more fun things. And I think the progress we made on this is satisfactory for the purpose of my project pan and what I'm hoping to accomplish. I want to get things out of my collection. I want to use them. And hey, I did both those things. The next item is from my Tarteist Pro Glow palette, and it was the cream contour shade in this palette in the shade Shade. So here's what it was looking like over the past several months. It's only been in since September of this year. It was weighing 266.58 grams when we first rolled it in. Here's what it was looking like last month. I had the smallest smidgen of product remaining. It was weighing 261 grams. And after just one more use, here's what it's looking like this month. It's weighing 260.61 grams. So I used the remaining 0.39 grams of product. And as you can see, we have a nice empty pan there. And I was really underestimating how much product was in there, or I guess overestimating would be the correct term, because I thought I was going to use it maybe 2, 3, 4 more times to finish up that product, at least 3 or 4, and it just took the one. So there you have it. I should have just rolled it out last month, but it's fine because it kind of gave me a little bit of a break during this busy panty season that we're all in, and allowed me to reach for other things in my collection that I didn't have like the stress of using up. So that was fun as well. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say that in total, I've now used 5.97 grams of this product in the palette, and that mostly reflects that cream bronzer shade, but it also is going to reflect the use I've had on the other shades in this palette, like the highlighter lit. I'm really trying to hit pan on that. I've got a really nice dip going on it, as well as the little bit that I've used the other shades in this palette as well. So there you have it, and we'll continue to track the weight on that very soon, as you shall see. Moving on, we have this lipstick from Bite. This is the Bite Beauty Amouse Bouche lipstick in the shade Sake. I brought this in September as well, and it was weighing 20.29 grams and looking like this. I've been using this pretty steadily over the past couple months. I'm happy to say that I have made some decent progress. Here's what it was looking like last month. It was weighing 19.55 grams. In the past month, I actually reached for it 11 times, about, I think, give or take. I sometimes would like intend to wear it, not wear it, or wear it and forget to mark it. So about 11. After 11 uses, it's weighing 19.11 grams. So I've used 0.44 grams total. Used it 30 times in the course of this project. So here's what it's looking like this month. You can see that we have completely worn down that B imprint, and it's starting to be a nice little lipstick nubbin shape that we enjoy seeing in these panning videos. If we continue to use it like I have been during this past month, I think we'll have about 3 more months of use, maybe 4. So I'm hopeful to have this out before the summer season when I like wearing warmer tones, and I really have been enjoying the cool tone looks lately. So I'm gonna enjoy wearing this for the next several months, and I'll be so happy to have it used up before this lip product goes bad. And here it is in my notebook. Here it was when I started. This is the end point. It was right here last month where it says December, this line right here. And then this line just below it is where we are this month. So I made a much better jump than I had made in the month of November or October. So that feels really good. And we're going to continue to try and make good progress on this, especially during these winter months, January, February. I intend to use this and reach for it a lot. And it's a really nice moisturizing formula. So it'll work really well for me during this time of year. Moving on, we have the powder foundation I've been panning on, not for Makeup Forever, but from Makeup Revolution, repressed into this compact. So this has been in since October, and it was weighing 80.75 grams when I brought it in. Here's what it was looking like last month. It was weighing 79.86 grams. In the past month, I reached for it 20 times, and I've now used this product 42 times while it's been in this project. Today, it's weighing 79.17 grams, so I've used 0.69 grams of product, and here's what it's looking like today. And I honestly don't even remember where we were last month, but I know that we will see a significant amount of change on this pan. We have a nice expansion of that pan. Had we hit pan last update? I don't know. You will know before I do. Either way, it is satisfying to see that this powder is getting used up. I've been using this on an almost daily basis in conjunction with a concealer as my main coverage, and it's been working really well for that. I really do like this product a lot. I'll insert a picture of what it looks like right over here so you can buy it in store if you're interested in a drugstore powder foundation. It's a great value. I think we have at least 2 or 3 more months of use in there. Hopefully I can continue to use it consistently and in good quantity, and we will have that out of here pretty soon. But that is fun to see that we're making good progress on that one. Next item is my very first ever nail polish that I'm trying to pan. This is the Hansen gel polish in the shade Suede. I brought this in 2 months ago in November. It was weighing 67.45 grams and it was looking like this. Last month it was weighing 65.34 grams. I used it 4 more times in the past month, making for 10 uses total in this project, and today it's weighing 63.81 grams, and here's what it's looking like today. So I did take your advice and use a little piece of tape to track the markings on there. My markings on here aren't super accurate. They're definitely a little bit of an estimation, but I did my best. I do have this on my nails today, as every single day since I brought this into my project. Basically, I haven't veered off course, and it is getting to be a little bit thick and gloopy, so we will see how this goes. I'm gonna give it another month, maybe try and thin it out a teensy bit with the smallest amount of nail polish remover. I know you can buy thinning products to add to nail polish, but I don't really want to purchase another product. I would rather just kind of make the best out of it and get it out of my collection than like stretch an old nail polish longer than I need to, even though I'm already doing that. But at least I'm not like buying extra product. It's a product I already have, if that makes sense. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to try and do my nails a few more times this next month. I only did 3 manicures and 1 pedicure, so 4 uses total, like I said, and I can do better than that, I think. I think I can paint them at least on a weekly basis and get hopefully 5 or 6 uses by doing my nails, by doing my toes at least twice. That was way too much information. I also have a hair product for the first time in this rolling project pan. This came in also 2 months ago in November. This is the Amika Anti-Humidity Spray. It's heat activated, so you apply it on damp hair before heat styling it, and it's supposed to extend the length of your style. I did use this today on my hair before I blow dried it, and it looks nice. I don't know if that has anything to do with the spray. I think it did maybe add a little bit of shine to it, and it's supposed to just kind of like make my hair wear better for longer. Is that the idea? I don't know. You tell me. Any hairstylists out there who can give me some background knowledge about this, because I'm just kind of talking out of my booty right now. Anyways, this was weighing 47.45 grams when I brought it in. I used it 2 times in the first month. It was weighing 37.43 grams last month. I used it an additional 2 times this month, making for 4 uses total in this project. Today it's weighing 28.27 grams. So in those 2 uses, I used 9.14 grams of product, and there's still product in there, unfortunately, just a little bit. There's like 1 more use in there. So I'm gonna do the solid try of using up every little drop in there. I know I can get 1 more hairstyle out of this product, so I'm gonna keep it in. However, I'm going to bring it in with something else that you'll see soon. So it's gonna kind of be like a duo item. I'm not staying to 10 items. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And, you know, the more the merrier. So we're going to keep it in, but it's going to be gone for sure by the next update. I can promise you that. I've also been working on this lip mask from Mary Kay. I know, throwback. This is their Satin Lips lip mask, and we're getting really close to finishing it. Here's what it was looking like when I first rolled it in. That was also in November. It was weighing 9.93 grams. Last month, it was weighing at 9.07 grams, and I was able to use it 24 times in the past month, making for 41 uses total. Today, it's weighing 7.61 grams, so I've used 1.46 grams of product in the past month, and here's what it's looking like today. And it's getting so skinny and so close to being finished, but there's still quite a bit of product in that base there. So we are going to keep this one in. I'm hoping just for 1 more month. I have been quite generous in the amount that I'm using when I use it, and I've also been using it in the morning and in the evening. So I'm hoping that will really help me to power through this, and it will definitely be empty. I mean, I'm like 85% sure it'll be empty by the next update. So stay tuned for that one. I was really hoping to have it done by the end of the year, but alas, it's coming very soon. Sometimes you just have to be patient, right? So that one will stay in 1 more month, hopefully. That's all. This next item came in just last month, and it is my lipstick of the moment, the liquid lipstick that I'm trying to use 10 times, test the formula out, get a final evaluation of it, see how it's doing. How many more ways can I say this? So anyways, my goal is to use this 10 times, and I actually really liked having this in the project. It's a very pale, almost peachy nude shade, and I really liked how it looked. I wore it in a few videos. I could pair it pretty easily with other lip products like glosses and things, and I happily used this 10 more times. There it is for you again, but it's going to be quite dry, and the formula is just not what it should be or what it once was. So after those 10 uses, I am happy to say I am decluttering this, and I was able to use 0.29 grams of product during that time, so at least it got a nice little farewell, and I was able to get some really pretty looks out of it. And it makes me think about getting another shade like this soon, or keeping an eye out for one. I'm really trying not to buy lip products, but it kind of reminded me that I like this look sometimes. That really nudie lip. I feel like it's kind of gone out of fashion recently, but it had a way of like just kind of drawing a lot of attention to my eyes, which I really liked. And it also made my lips look a little bit bigger at the same time, even though they're so nude. It's kind of strange how that happens, but that is enough to be said about that. We're rolling this one out, and I'm happy to get another liquid lip that is old and ready to go out of my inventory. And this brings us to item number 10, which is this concealer from Too Faced. You all know it. This is the Born This Way concealer, multi-use sculpting concealer to be exact. And I brought this in just last month. It was weighing 64.82 grams. My goal is to use this thing up. I was able to reach for it 23 times in this month. This has basically been my main coverage. I've been using this in conjunction with the Makeup Revolution powder foundation, and this is what I have on my face today, basically as a foundation with a little bit of the powder foundation over it. Those 23 uses, it's now weighing 62.46 grams, so I've used 2.36 grams of product in the past month, and I'm very happy with that amount. Right above where it says corrector, that's about where the product is, and last month it was just below the contour, so we made, if I'm correct, quite a big jump in using it that way. And I know that there's going to be a lot more product in here that the wand will not reach, so I will definitely plan on taking out the stopper, getting a brush in there, and using every little bit of this product that I can. I'm really enjoying using this. It works really well all over the face, has such amazing coverage, and feels actually kind of lightweight, like in relation to some heavier foundations that I have. This one wears pretty nicely and doesn't feel too heavy on the skin. I think using it as a foundation is going to be the only way I'm going to be able to get through it in a timely basis. And the shade is just not quite light enough for what I like under the eye. However, I have been doing less lightening shades under the eye recently and liking the effect of it. That's mainly where I use it anyways when I'm doing the foundation. I basically just put it a little bit here, down my nose, chin, and then like a little bit on my cheeks, just like where I need coverage, and then I spread it all out from there. And I'm excited to just continue to use this, and it'll feel great to have an empty of this huge concealer, hopefully in the next couple of months. I'm hoping before the summer. That is my goal. If I could get it done in the spring, that would be even better. So I have 4 items that are used up and rolling out, or close to being used up and rolling out, and I have more items to bring in. And even though I only have 4 rolling out this month, we are actually going to bring 5 new items into this project. I just couldn't pick, I couldn't choose. There was things that I really wanted to work on for the entirety of the year, so I wanted them to come in January. And there's also things in here that are so close to being finished up that I thought an extra product would not hinder me in the least. It would just keep me motivated and keep me rolling as I finish up these items very soon. So let's get into those new items, fresh new items to pan for the fresh new year. I told you it wouldn't be long until we saw her again. The first item I'm bringing in is from my Tarteist Pro Glow palette. And as many of you probably already know from watching my Plan to Pan in 2023 video, which I'll link here if you have not, well, it's over here, which I will link here if you have not seen it. I am going to try and pan the powder bronzer shade in here, Sculpt. So here's what Sculpt is looking like now. I've been reaching for this very casually over the past couple months. A little bit here, a little bit there, but not focusing on it just while I've had this palette out. But time has come for this shade to get that attention and to hopefully start wearing it down and getting a pan on it soon. So today this palette is weighing 260.61 grams. I'll continue to track the weight on it as I use that bronzer shade, and I'll also be using all of the highlights in there as well while I am using the sculptor shade, and those will be accounting into the weight change of course, but I won't necessarily be tracking them closely. This is the one I'm really focused on. I think that pan on Lit is coming very soon though, so I will just take progress photos of the whole palette as I'm also taking close-ups of Sculpt and just kind of seeing my progress on this palette as a whole while I'm working on that shade. So it's kind of like a Pan That Face palette, but not really, but it'll be fun to just watch it all happen. And it keeps glaring you, so we're gonna move on to the next product. This next item is one of those products that I want to work on for the entirety of the year, which is why I definitely wanted to get it into this update today, starting now, so I can get as much use of it this year as possible. And that is my e.l.f. blush palette. And I know what you're thinking, Jessica, wow, you are very ambitious. And I know, I am. I really think that my panning motivation has peaked in 2023, and I really want to challenge myself and use this palette as much as possible. Now, I'm not gonna try and use up this entire thing, but I think it'd be really fun just to use it for the majority of the year and see how far we can get on it. So here's what it's looking like today. This palette is quite loved already, which makes me feel good about bringing it in. I have repressed this shade before, so it's a little bit looser. It probably has the most use on it. This one here has a good amount of use on it. I've also dug into it with brushes on accident a few times, so hey, there you go. This shade is probably the least of all of them, and this one has a slight little disturbance in the pan there. There's a shade in here for every makeup look that I would want to do. There's neutral shades, there's more brown colored blushes, there's that nice coral blush that is my favorite to wear, and like more of a berry pink and more of a light pink. I just think that this will fit for every day of the year. Today it's weighing 92.1 grams, and I think it'll just be so fun to track a blush palette with everybody. And again, it's like an unofficial Pan That Face palette. I think it'll just be fun to have these in as like staples in this rolling project pan throughout the year, that we have a long progression of progress to look at. I'm also bringing in two different lip pencils this month, and they're both from Colourpop. So the first one is a cool tone pink in the shade Contempo, and this is one that I plan to use up this year. This is such a beautiful shade. I think it'll pair really well with Sake. Let me put Sake next to it. Oh yeah, they look great together. So yeah, here's Sake and here's Contempo. So those will pair really great together. This is a very creamy formula. It's something that I love to wear on a daily basis. This cool tone is perfect for this time of the year, and I know that I can use this up probably in 3 or 4 months, I'm hoping. You know, I fly through lip pencils. I don't know how I do it. I just love wearing them. I apply them, I guess, pretty generously. I put them all over the lip, and they last all day, and they just are very easy to reach for. So especially a shade like this. I'm really rambly today. Today it's weighing 6.42 grams, and this is not the first Colourpop lip pencil I finished in my project panning journey, so I feel very confident bringing this one in. And the next one is kind of my own personal challenge. This is not what I have used my rolling project pan traditionally for, but I just wanted to kind of try something new this year. So I have my own personal challenge of using this red lip liner from Colourpop. This is the shade Bossy. And I don't anticipate I will use up this entire pencil, but I thought it would be fun to just track this pencil for a year and see what I can do with it. I wanted to motivate myself to wear red lipstick more. I really love wearing red lipstick. I think it looks flattering on everybody and just gives like a little boost of confidence. A red lip pencil is like one of my favorite ways to do a red. So there's Bossy. It's a very classic kind of blue toned red. While I'm not going to try and use this up, my goal is to use it 5 times per month for a total of 60 uses this year. I don't know how far that will get me. Maybe halfway on the pencil, we shall see. I will allow myself to roll over uses. So if I only use it 4 times in a month, then I'll try and use it 6 times the next month, if that makes sense. But we are gonna try to get to 60 uses total for the year. I think I can do that. Today it's weighing 6.73 grams. And I think this will just be a fun experiment. It's kind of veering off course of what I normally do for project panning. And I'm okay with that. I'm actually excited about it. And I think it'll just add a little bit of, you know, a little bit of red into my life, which red lipstick is every girl's secret weapon, if you ask me. If you're ever feeling down, put on a red lip. You'll feel better, I promise. And the last and kind of extra item we're bringing in this update is also from Amika. This is their Bombshell Blowout Spray. So it's just a spray you put on before blowout. I think it's supposed to protect your hair from heat damage. It's supposed to add texture, help to add volume, and repair your hair according to this label right here. So I actually got these two items together in the same little package deal with a heat tool product that I got from there. It's like their straightening brush. And because this one's so close to being empty with, I think, one more use, I figured I might as well bring this one in as like a little partner for it and just roll this one right in at the same time and use them both up in the next month, because this one also has a very small amount. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but this right here in the level, so it's very close to being empty. I think I can use this in 1 or 2 blowouts, I'm hoping. So these both should be empty by the next update, and then I'll just roll in one item to replace them when they are. That's the plan. So there you have it, everybody. That is my project pan update. It's a rolling project pan, so it's not really an introduction, but it's a new year, which makes me feel like this is kind of a fresh start into project panning. We have a lot of fun new items to work on and some really interesting goals to follow throughout 2023. So if you're interested in following along on my project pan journey, I really hope you are. Definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my project pan videos. Give this video a thumbs up and let the algorithm know that you enjoyed it. And maybe they'll send more of my videos your way. And leave a comment down below and say hello. I always love hearing from you. Tell me how your New Year's was and what your panning goals are for the coming year. If you really want to go overboard, hit that bell notification so you'll be notified as soon as I upload a video and I can chat with you in the comments, hopefully. Until then, I hope you're taking care of yourself and enjoying ringing in this new year, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye!